Yeah, how you doing, man?
Good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, good. He's actually come speaking all the way from Australia.
That's all right.
And this is our first time actually speaking properly,
It
face to
is,
face.
isn't it? Yeah,
It
we just
is.
normally send it'll voice messages to each other.
Yeah, exactly, man. So how is it? Hey, Trinice, how you doing? Oh, by the way, this is my friend Trinice. She's from LA and she's an amazing singer, so say hi.
Excellent.
Um,
How are you guys?
so how is life in Australia at the moment?
Uh, it's pretty cruisy. We've just gone through a bit of a heat wave at the moment. I think we had about 3 days around 40 degrees,
Hmm.
so it's been pretty hot. But otherwise, it's really cruisy. Yeah, really relaxed back here.
So cruisy, by cruisy, I'm guessing that's like Australian slang. I'm guessing you mean it's kind of like really chill,
Yeah,
right? Cool.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Nice. Well, it's
yeah,
been the complete opposite here, man. It's been absolutely freezing.
yeah.
It's been
Yeah, yeah. I
cold.
see. I see all the pictures of you like in your warm jackets, and I was like wearing like singlets and t-shirts and stuff all the time. At the moment, it's really hot, so yeah, it's nice here.
Complete opposite. Cool,
Yeah,
man. But yeah,
yeah,
so well, basically the reason why I've invited, obviously I've invited him online tonight because we have Haiti, we have a brand new single coming out on Friday called "Do What I Do," and yeah, we just wanted to share with you guys what it was about and how it came about, and obviously Luke, which is his full name, hit me up about working together, and yeah, we'll take it from there, really.
yeah, yeah. No, it was just really lucky. I When I did finish this track, I actually had a number of vocalists before Oogie test out for this track, but nothing really came about of it, and it just didn't really happen. I sort of put on the back burner for a while, and then I sent the stems across to Oogie, and yeah, it would just all happen from then. I loved the demo that he sent back straight away, so I was all over it. And like I said, I had my kids like singing the chorus in the car when I was playing it to them, so I knew straight away that it was a really good track. So yeah, it was just really fun. So I love it. Love working with you, and yeah, it's been a bit of a journey.
It has been, but you know what? Everything happens the time it's meant to happen. Like
Yep,
I feel like now is the right time for this song to be out.
yep.
I feel we kind of did it about, was it? I don't know how many months it was now, but it feels like it was.
It seemed to go over a long period of
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
didn't it? This track.
But I
Yeah,
think just the fact that it's the top of the year, the fact that it's kind of just it's fresh, it just feels very new and very
yeah,
exciting to have it now.
yeah.
Like for me, I think that the first time I spoke to you was when I had another record out with somebody else, Jack True and Good Vibes, and you really supported that record, and I
Yeah.
remember you
I
playing it.
love. I've been a massive fan of Brendan for a long time, and
Wicked.
I used to DJ in Adelaide, and knew the guys really well up there. And that record was unreal, and yeah, the Good Vibes track just really hit the right point at the right time, and that house record just sounded amazing. So yeah, as a DJ, I just love playing that track out all the time. So it was brilliant, and so that's pretty much. I think maybe a little bit before that, I was sort of following you along, but it wasn't until sort of that track that I was like really right into your music from then on. So, yeah,
I appreciate that a lot. I really, really do. Because it's like whenever you record a song, obviously you do a lot of it at home, because you produce. And
yep,
so you just never know. Like for me, I love to make music. I
yep,
think for me, it's the most exciting part to just, get tracks that I genuinely, I wouldn't record anything that I didn't genuinely love because I don't feel like I could do it, you know.
yep,
So if there's someone sends me something, I have to kind of be moved by it to be like, yo, like, I want to do something to that. And
yep,
so I love the creative process. I love coming up, not knowing myself what I'm going to come out with, or, it always depends on where I am on that day or that time or that year. Do you know what I mean?
yep,
And so
yeah,
it just makes it really exciting when you execute it and you hear it back, and then someone else is like, "Oh, I really like this," and then when it's all done, the whole process is exciting, and then
yeah,
you put it out there, and I kind of feel like that's the part where it's like I'm not as bothered about the response as long as we're cool with it.
That's right.
But then people do enjoy
Yeah.
it. It's like an extra added cherry on top, you know?
I totally agree. I think with this track, there's been no sort of pressure at all. We're just got it going out there, and like I said, but as long as we're both happy with it, and that's been the main focus of it, is that it hasn't really mattered. We're just like, let's put it out there, see what it does. We both love the track, we both know the vibe, and we love it. So it doesn't really matter what it does, or who loves it or who plays it, but as long as we can just get it out there and get some response back and see what happens, it's just no phases. Like I said, it's just such a good vibes track and uplifting and has all the right feels for it. So yeah,
100%. And I think for the track itself, I'm trying not to give too much away. I think as well, but I think that it's I'm trying to describe it without giving too much away. But for me, I really loved the fact that I feel like I got your whole vibe from that track. It was
yeah,
just so chill. It's got a thumping beat, but it's
yeah,
so chill.
yeah,
And even
yeah,
down to like, we're editing like a little promo at the moment, and it's Lucas sent me some videos, but the vibe of even the videos that you sent, just the beautiful scenery of like the beach in Australia, kind of got that feel when I heard the production of the song.
yeah,
And when I first, I knew instantly like what I wanted to do. There was sort of like Luke had given me a sort of a reference track, more kind of not to kind of say do it like this, but just as an idea. And so I was like, I listened, I was like, okay, that's cool. But then it's like, okay, you get in your own head and just want to do your own thing, but you have an idea. And yeah, I feel like for me, it was, you kind of lose yourself in this song in a beautiful way. And
yeah,
it felt very healing. And
yeah,
I think lyrically, that's kind of where I wanted to go with it, was to write
yeah,
something that kind of made you feel like you were snapping back from anything
yeah,
and just going, you know what, I'm going to keep it moving. And
yeah.
that's kind of the vibe, I
It's
feel.
funny though, like how that reference track, that it'd be interesting to put that in perspective, because the reason we got to the reference track was it's Paul Johnson Down, right? Is
Yeah,
that right? Is it Paul? Yeah.
it was. Yeah, I think that was
Now,
good.
right. The funny thing about that, when I finished the track, I actually sent it across to my record label. I said, "All right, this is what I'm thinking next for a release," and they said back, "Oh, that sounds like this track." So ever since, it was never intentional to make a track that sounded
No.
similar to that. That was their call on it. So I sort of stuck with that call after the track. I was like, "Okay, this sounds like this." So that's when I sent you the reference. I'm like, apparently this is what this track sounds like. So it
See,
was never, I never built it around that track or even thought that it'd sound like that. It was just like the label sent back and said, "Hey, this is what your track sounds like." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." So ever since then, the reference sort of went around that idea. So
see.
yeah,
Do you know, but it's so funny though. When I listened to your track, I didn't get that vibe at all.
yeah,
That it sounded like the other track.
yeah,
So that in my head, I was like, okay, this doesn't sound like this, but we want to get this sort of vibe.
yeah,
And so I was like, okay. But then it's like, I feel like that was enough. I always with a reference, I'll only ever listen to it once, and I don't want to be too, you know,
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
want to take too much of that, but
Nah,
you kind of have an idea for kind of right elements that you want to use. And but yeah, I feel like we've definitely come up. It's a similar idea, but we've definitely come up with something that was kind of has its own energy. And
yeah, for sure.
yeah, there was something that he after I'd given him the track, it's so cool. What was great was like I like it when we can sort of cross work with each other. It doesn't often happen when you're not working in the same studio together. Like, oh, as a top line writer will do my bit, you as a composer writer will do your bit. We mesh them
Yep,
together and then we do a mix and boom. But what was
yep,
great was that you had added to that with the choir.
yeah,
And when you sent me that, I get very excited about things. I'm like a little kid, and I'm like, oh my
yep,
god! And
yeah,
people always think I'm being sarcastic or making fun, and I genuinely am not. For me, music is everything.
yep,
So anything to do with music and performance, I just get uber excited about it. And when you sent it back over, and I heard this choir in the second chorus, I was
yeah.
like, oh my god!
I when I always, when I sat on the track, I knew that the later half of the track was a massive build, and I thought there was need to be something behind your elements to build that track to sort of give it some more power.
Yeah.
And the initial part I thought was I was going to use a kids choir to sort of get in behind there and sort of get it, but then I thought something that's and then the kids choir idea sort of went out the window, but then I thought something that's going to support your vocal even well. And I sent it off and we got some stems back, and they were like, I had a heap of stems on my computer, which I then sent it off to another friend to tune because there was just so many of them and I've never tuned a choir before, so I wouldn't have a clue where to start. And he sent them back as a group, and it just sounded mint. So I was just like, that's how it sort of come about. But I knew that later half of the track just to support your vocal
Yeah.
and to sort of bring it to the forefront and just give it some more backbone. As I mean, like it just really, sent it over the edge. I
Listen,
thought so.
it
Yeah,
worked. That's for me. I was like, when I heard that, my jaw just dropped to the floor, and I was
yeah,
like, "This is so fucking dope!" Like,
yeah,
honestly, I was so excited by it. And when it gave it exactly what it needed. And
yeah,
you know what's so strange is I'm always like, I'm quite obviously we've heard of some of my other songs. I'm really big on harmonies, and I
yeah,
always kind of do a lot of harmony stacking in the chorus.
yeah,
But for this one, for some reason, I didn't. I felt like at the time I was just like, I know this needs to be like a singular vocal.
yeah,
So it was actually very different that I didn't do that as
yeah,
normal. However, with the voices that you added to it
yeah,
that were different from mine and giving it that extra sort of people, because it's a people tune. It's a
yeah,
song that you can imagine people singing the chorus to and
yeah, for sure.
waving their hands up in Ibiza. So it
Yeah.
was a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. No, it's been a pleasure. It's been so much fun, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to Friday and see how the response comes out from everyone,
Yeah.
and yeah, we'll just go with it.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm really
Yeah,
excited. It's, like I said, it will be, it's always like an extra cherry when people, gravitate towards a track and they're really feeling it. But at the same time, the other day I was doing some recording for some visuals, and it was the first time that I got to play it over and over and over again.
yeah,
And then after I just haven't
yeah,
stopped. You know what I mean? And it's
yeah,
nice when something is the I find if I've had something to do with something, I tend not to listen to it as much because I don't want it
yeah,
to get stale. You know
yeah,
what I mean? But when you've had a break from it, then you can listen to it almost as if it's not you, and
yeah,
it just makes it more fun.
yeah.
So, man.
Yeah, no, it was, I think when we got the final master back from Structure Mastering, I think that that's really just was the icing on the cake for the track. I think it
Oh,
just
yeah.
really got all the elements really well put in, and yeah, the sound come back incredible. So I was just really happy with the final mix of it. It just come out amazing. So yeah,
Brilliant. Dan, the same here. When I heard that, the track was great anyway, but the mastering,
yeah,
that bottom end, man, was just
yeah,
like, whoa.
yeah, for
It
sure.
really, really cut through.
Yeah,
It really, really did. So,
yeah.
yeah.
No, that's it. No, all good. All right, I've got to keep moving. I've got to get the kids to school this morning.
Oh
So
my God, what time is it over there?
it is nearly set. It's 7:23 in the morning on a Wednesday morning. Is that? I think we're a Wednesday
Okay.
morning. So yeah.
It's still
So no,
Tuesday here. It's like just after 8 p.m. So yeah,
yeah,
I will let you
no,
go. Thank you for taking the time to
excellent.
come and chat about the single.
No worries. Let's keep chatting further, and let's just hope the promo goes well. And yeah, if you everyone just get around it and make sure you support Oogie because he's just been an amazing vocalist to work with, and it's a bit fun ride. Hey,
Thank you, and likewise, guys, make sure follow LT Luke because he's just been a diamond to work with. Genuine, really cool guy, really about the music, and yeah, I look forward to doing some more work with you, man.
thanks, mate. See you
See you
later.
later. Bye.